Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. As always, I'm Bueller. No, wait a minute, that's not right. I'm Mr. Roboto, the Domo Arigato guy. And my video today has to do with Adam Hughes and Dave Stevens. I had been into collecting Adam Hughes covers because, of course, he draws great women, but I never thought I'd go on a quest to try and own every book or every cover that he's drawn. But it looks like that's where I'm now headed. Apparently, I've got nothing else to do with my life. First up, I found these books pretty cheap. This is early Adam Hughes, Nexus the Liberator #1. Nexus the Liberator #2. It's getting a little bit better there. And #4. He didn't do #3 apparently. I went to a store here in Pittsburgh called Ides, and they had a huge independent comic section that a lot of people overlook. Most of them go for Marvel and DC, but there was quite a selection of independent books, and I was able to pick up this early Adam Hughes, The Maze. This is by Innovation, issue #13. Then I found from Caliber Comics, issue #3 of The Maze Agency. And from Comico, The Maze Agency #1. Really super early Adam Hughes. I also found this item, which is, of course, an ash can for barbed wire. And I couldn't believe my luck in finding this book, Sketch, Comic Book and Techniques, issue #39. Adam Hughes cover, really nice sketches and drawings by Adam Hughes in this. I got it for cover price. Couldn't believe my luck. That was the only book there by Sketch, Comic Book and Technique. So I also picked up this on eBay. I won the bid on this. This apparently was signed by Adam Hughes. This book is really kind of lived in, and I kind of like that because somebody obviously treasured it, carried it around, and thought enough of it to get Adam Hughes, to sign the book. There's some really neat drawings inside here. And I also found this online. This one had been a grail of mine. I was looking for this for a while. And then I pulled the trigger. I know, the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster's Thor is real hot right now. And I thought, okay, this book is going to go up in value. And I got this on Atomic Avenue Comics. I paid, I believe it was $80 some for it. 9.8 CBCS. I know it's not like a key issue, but it is an Adam Hughes cover, and I thought, well, I better get it now while I can. I then picked up these books, which are from IDW, I believe. Yeah, they are Dave Stevens Covers and Stories and the complete sketches and studies. And I'm going to do a separate video on these. The videos I do on book reviews get a lot more views than my comic stuff. Anyhow, really interesting stuff. And what turned me on to Dave Stevens, I really can't even remember, but I read in this Covers and Stories, Adam Hughes does the opening introduction here. And, it kind of clicked that, yeah, I think that Adam Hughes took a lot from Dave Stevens. And so I started getting into that, and that book was real helpful because it shows all the different covers that Dave Stevens did throughout the year. And one of the things that Adam Hughes mentioned was this book right here, DV8. This is a, oh, I should have been more prepared. I don't know if this is a Dave Stevens sketch and Adam Hughes inked it or vice versa. Sorry, I'm not prepared for that, but it is a Adam Hughes, Dave Stevens joint. After that, I picked up Elvira's House of Mystery. I'm sure you've all seen this cover before, really popular. I also picked up DNA Agents. This is number 24. I think that's the last issue of the series. And these I'm just presenting in no particular order. These are all books that I picked up on eBay. Vanguard Illustrated number 2. Cheval Noir number 1. Cover by Dave Stevens. These covers are all by Dave Stevens. Cheval Noir number 7. Crossfire number 12. Crossfire and Rainbow number 4. And I hadn't realized that that was Rainbow. Anyhow, I picked up Three-Dimensional Seduction of the Innocent. I don't know if you noticed, I didn't notice that until recently. There was a head down there. Jerry Iger's Sheena, Queen of the Jungle in 3D. This is from Comico, Johnny Quest number 5. And we've all probably seen this before, Eclipse Comics number 5. Covered with the Valkyrie. And those are the books that I picked up online. I went to, like I said, my local comic shop, Eyes, which had this huge independent section, and I just spent probably 2 to 3 hours going through their drawers and cabinets, and I found a lot more Dave Stevens than I really anticipated. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Dave Stevens is responsible for The Rocketeer. It was an interesting movie. I know the guys at Red Letter Media really liked it. I thought it was a good old-fashioned movie. But I picked up by Comico, Rocketeer Adventure Magazine number 1. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Very noirish looking. The Rocketeer on the Spot. It's issue number 2 from Pacific Presents, so it's a different company. It also has The Missing Man by Ditko in there. Then Pacific Presents, this is number 1. So number 1 and then number 2. And then special edition, The Rocketeer number 1. And this issue has the panel where the photographer is taking a picture of Betty Page. And that was a cover, I think, by Jetpack Comics. Or it's a Betty Page look-alike. Oh, maybe it wasn't this issue. Bear with me here. I'm hoping this is going to be worth it if I find it. No, it's going to be in this one. There it is. There was a print done of that. Great stuff. So not only is the cover by Dave Stevens, but the interior is as well. Really cool books, plus on top of it, Steve Ditko. How can you go wrong? All right, continuing on, I picked this up as well, The Rocketeer. This is the official movie adaptation. It's not drawn inside by Dave Stevens, but it is a Dave Stevens cover, very neat. I picked up this Dark Horse Presents number 100. And of course, you're saying that's not a Dave Stevens cover. It looks like Frank Miller. It is Frank Miller. One thing people aren't aware of is that Dave Stevens did the back cover of Mimi rode in. Get it? Rode in. She rode in on her bike, apparently. And at the front there is a neat Frank Miller drawn story involving dinosaurs and all that. And then it slips into a Dave Stevens drawn story, Mimi Roden. It's really cool. You wouldn't know about this unless somebody told you. And hopefully that's me if you're interested in this. I picked up The World of Wood. This involves Wally Wood, the famous artist. That's Dave Stevens cover. And then I found issue number 2 of 4. This was, I believe, drawn by Wally Wood and inked by Dave Stevens. That book's kind of expensive. Surprisingly, a lot of these books were real affordable. They weren't cover price, but they weren't outrageous. They were all under $10, and I didn't have to pay shipping fees or eBay fees or anything like that. This is True Love number 1. King Kong by Monster Comics. Couldn't believe I found this one, Twisted Tales. And Alien Worlds number 4. Got 2 of those. Alien Worlds in 3D number 1. Apologize for any glare. There we go. And this one is Alien Worlds number 2. This is Aurora. And the interior art is drawn by Dave Stevens as well. I picked up 2 of those. This is one that I picked up online from Veritic Comics. Dave Stevens, I think, is very much into the puffy nipple because you see that on most of his artwork. Also, I picked up Jungle Comics. These books are all going to go sliding on me. And this is issue number 1. And the book you're probably saying is, Mr. Roboto, why don't you have Planet Comics? And that is going to be my next one that I get. Here's an advertisement on the back of this. And that book is not a blue background, but it's yellow. I'm sure you've seen it. They're going from anywhere from $30 on up, and I haven't seen too many good copies on eBay. When I get this book, this is going to be, kind of my grail in that I'm going to look for probably the best, condition that I can get, and 9.6, 9.8, something high grade. There are a couple other books that obviously I'm missing. Some Betty Page. I actually got it ordered from eBay. And a few other comics as well. And I also picked up Alter Ego number 21. Now you might say, how is this related to Dave Stevens? Well, the interesting thing is, if you flip this over on the back, there's Sheena, Queen of the Iger Comics Kingdom, Dave Stevens drawing, a beautiful drawing. And if you go on eBay, for some reason, everybody shows that as being the main cover. And I saw somebody put this up there, and people were bidding on this and paid more for this than they did for that. So if you see that, you order that, you're going to get this. All right, well, I hope that was interesting and that, you know, I enjoy bringing Dave Stevens to people's attention. When I was at the comic shop, I talked to the owner, and he was very much into Dave Stevens, and actually very cool dude. Anyhow, I appreciate you watching. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment if I got something wrong, or, you know, please correct me. And thanks for watching.